I think the best use case right now for ChatGPT and other generative AI models and engines is as unsticking agents. I think it's the very best thing they can do. So what used to happen is if you were a writer, as I am, you would sit in front of a blank page and you'd say, I have writer's block. I don't know what to do next. And you would have to shake things up, and shaking things up has a different form for different writers. Some people will speak to others. Some people will go for a walk. Some people will cry on it, hours on end and hope that something just emerges. So that maybe not the most productive way to do it. But the nice thing about ChatGPT is you say to it something like, I'm trying to write the first sentence of a book about XYZ. Can you help me write that first sentence? Now, lifting that sentence that ChatGPT spews out is A, plagiarism, and B, it's probably not going to be the best written sentence ever. But it'll do something. It'll jostle your mind in a way that liberates new ideas. So the biggest thing when you're stuck is to shift something, to change something. And when you pair that with persistence, that's usually where the unsticking happens in these cases where you have that blank page in front of you. There's this really interesting effect known as the creative cliff illusion, which is where if you ask people, if you're trying to come up with creative ideas in lots of different contexts, when will your best ideas emerge? They say things like, well, I think really early on, give me 5 minutes, I'll get my best ideas out. And then when it starts to get hard at minute 6, 7, 8, they say, well, it's hard, so it's probably not good. And that's often true, right? If I say, how well can you speak a foreign language? If it seems like it's hard for the words to come to your mind, the answer is I'm not very fluent. But in the world of good ideas, the stuff that tumbles out first tumbles out of everyone else's head first as well. And so it's not the good stuff. The good stuff comes when things get hard. And so even though we think the best ideas will come first, that's where the illusion comes in of this creative cliff. In fact, the best stuff comes just after that. There's an inflection point. And so you have to sit with that blank page, maybe with the help of ChatGPT, and push through that first burst of information. Jeff Tweedy, the writer and songwriter for the band Wilco, talks about pouring out your bad ideas. He talks about in songwriting, the first 10 minutes, it's terrible. But you've got to pour the bad stuff out because underneath the surface, below all of that is where the good stuff lies. And I think that's true in a lot of these cases where we're stuck.